Hello, everyone. So, we've had a couple of changes in the forecast as we look into the back half of the week. So, we're looking at a possible Arctic blast coming through for next weekend. That'll really just reinforce the cold air that we're getting in these overnight hours. So, we're going to see things go back to the teens by the end of this week, and I'll show you that in a moment. So here's what we're looking at right now. Current temperatures in those low end 30s. A couple of folks already go into those 20s. We're expected to start tomorrow out in the low end 20s for a lot of our communities. Some areas may feel like temperatures around the teens in the morning. So keep that in mind as you get ready out the door. You send your students off to school. I know some schools in the Northwest are closed. I believe Lauderdale and Franklin counties, but definitely check our website if you feel like that applies to you and your students at home. Like I mentioned, expecting some 20s overnight tonight, even heading into your Wednesday morning. What we're seeing is possible frost as we go into those overnight hours. I know some folks have been like, it's been challenging in the mornings. You've got to scrape off your car, but we're getting less and less as the days go on, but you're definitely going to want to defrost overnight in those early mornings too. So increasing cloud cover as we go through the rest of this evening. We're expected to still see a lot of those low end 20s getting out the door tomorrow. Cloud cover starts to ebb away as we go into the mid-morning hours. Sunshine is expected for the day. Temperatures right around freezing at 10 a.m., 32 degrees even. So what we're expecting to see beyond that, our highs will start to step into those 40s. But you'll notice our feel-like temperatures are already a couple degrees cooler than where we are right now. And we are dealing with a good deal of breeze going into these overnight hours. So again, starting tomorrow morning, we'll see a lot of that cloud cover fade away, and then we're left with a mostly sunny day. A couple areas will still see cloud cover, most of us widespread as we go through the afternoon. But you'll notice that we get into those upper 30s. Some areas touch 40 in the afternoon, so nice and comfortable. And then in the overnight hours, clear, still chilly. So if you have any evening plans, maybe midweek Bible study, things of that nature, hopefully you're looking at that timeline of making sure you are keeping things nice, warm, comfortable as you're heading out the door. So this is a look ahead to what we're expecting to see Friday into Saturday, where we're expecting another blast of Arctic air. As you can see here, well to the east in Georgia, there's an expected chance of snow for that area. I believe both the GFS and Euro have snow chances, and the Euro has a slight possibility of a few flurries making their way to some of our mountainous areas that are closest to Chattanooga. So those folks that see flurries more often than most, those areas may fall culprit to that in this next weekend. And of course, since it's been warmer these past few days, we're not expecting to see any of that to stick. It's going to be very low end chance as far as things go at the moment. But looking into how it may feel by next weekend, this was shocking to see. In the early morning hours by Saturday morning, we could feel like negative temperatures. There's going to be a better outlook on this to see the timeline and keep up to date with everything. But then also looking ahead to figuring out how these advisories will come out should this forecast stick around. But I want you to be aware when I say there's an Arctic blast of air coming, that's what we're looking at. Some of those feel like temperatures real bitter. So looking into those lows for Friday night into Saturday, and then Saturday overnight into Sunday, we'll see those teens get back into the forecast, and they're probably going to drop lower as we go further into this week, further into the week, I should say. So we should probably see some lows around maybe 11 or 10. Just trying to put some thoughts out there so you won't be majorly surprised when things change. Looking at Friday, like I mentioned, that's where we'll see those slight chances of flurries. It really depends on how these model runs change. And the one I just showed you did change a good deal from what I saw earlier this evening and till now. So keep that in mind. Could see these things change around, but because we're expecting more of a dry cold, we're thankfully not seeing any more ice issues, anything of that nature. So if the forecast would stay just this way, we won't incur anything other than a cold weather advisory. And it's really just because of those temperatures where wind speeds pick up, we get those wind chills and the negative numbers. Now, if that sticks around, and it looks like it will, there's a good chance that it will. Just to put this out there, as far as looking ahead for some safety purposes, definitely drip your faucets and watch your pipes and everything, and bring your pets and plants inside if possible with your plants, but take care of them to the best of your ability. But another thing that we have to think about when we are dealing with some of these negative temperatures, exposed skin for long periods of time. If you are, for whatever reason, outdoors for a long period of time, maybe you're doing some home improvement, or you're out, maybe your kids are outside waiting for car line, this kind of weather. Thankfully, this is happening on a weekend, but just to give you an idea, you can be out for 20 to 30 minutes at a time, and it can take a toll on your skin. You really want to make sure that you are bundling up, using your hats, your gloves, your scarves, thicker jackets, things of that nature. So I believe the other day, that was maybe Saturday night or Sunday night, very chilly conditions. That much I do know, very chilly conditions. But me just trying to load my work bag into my car, I felt like an ice block personally. So, and that's when we had those temperatures definitely in the teens overnight, and the wind was whipping, and it had to have been negative, whatever outside, feel like wise. So again, this is definitely one of those times that you really want to pay attention to your winter gear. Keep it with you. If you have pets that you take outside for a walk, or you're outdoors for extended period of time for work, or whatever the case may be, just make sure you are covering yourselves. And then you really want to think about it from this perspective. In the summer, we have these heat advisories, and we think about our pets in the sense that if they're on that asphalt or concrete, we can start to see their little paws as they start to burn. You want to think about that with them as well. It could cause some skin damage for your pets as well. So anything that you personally feel like is cold, or if you feel that bone chilling cold, your pets do too. So keep that in mind. With that being said, I'll get ready for our 10 o'clock show in about 20 or so minutes. I'll see you on the other side of the screen. I'll be back tomorrow, and then Brad is scheduled to be back in by Thursday and Friday. He has been meeting with a lot of other meteorologists during the AMS. I think they're doing a virtual conference, since a lot of us have been rocked by this snowstorm and ice storm and everything of that nature this past weekend. So he'll be back at the end of this week. So I will see you on the other side of the screen in about 20 minutes. Have a good one.